Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm your host, Robbie, and this is The Unhinged Father. It's a podcast for normal folks looking for some humor, connection, relatability, or those who just like the sound of my sultry voice. A place where we can embrace aiming to be better people, but can accept that we will never get there. And that's okay. We're okay. I'm not some enlightened asshole here to tell you how amazing and perfect my life is, and then convince you to buy my how-to guide on how to make your shit not stink. I'm right here in the mud with you, working towards a better life, extending a hand out along the way. Now let's go ahead and jump into this week's episode. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day, having a good week. I'm recording this before Easter. It's probably not going to come out until after Easter, though, so I hope that you all had a fantastic Easter weekend. And if you haven't noticed, I've been MIA for about 2 weeks now. It has been very busy. Work, life, spring break, all the shit that comes along with being a parent, being an adult. And I've just been too busy to get down and actually do this podcast. And so unfortunately you, the adoring fans, all 1.5 of you, you're the ones who have to suffer for this. And I apologize to you, the adoring fan, for missing out on the podcast. But I've got an episode for you today. It's really just going to be coming off the cuff, something that's just popped up into my head, and I really had some strong thoughts and some feelings about it, so we'll see where this episode goes. I'm not sure if it's going to flow super well, but we'll see where it goes. But what I wanted to talk about today was actually just, it's kind of a combination of a few things, but the main thing is just, I've been doing this podcast for a little while now, and I really enjoy the podcasting aspect of it. I like coming in here and talking on the podcast when I'm able to get guests, having conversation with guests, and I feel like this part of I was about to say job. This is definitely not my job. I don't get paid for this. I have to find like off times to record it. But I feel like this portion of it, there's some beneficial aspect to it to anyone who's out there listening. Cause I know that I go to podcasts for information, to let off steam, to hear comedy, to listen about what I could be doing different with parenting or finances and stuff like that. And that's really what I want this podcast to be. It's just kind of like a real, not an expert, just some random millennial dad who's got strong opinions about a lot of things and has lived his life to the best of his ability. And I've got a lot of experience. I've fucked up a lot of times and I've messed up a lot of things, and I've learned from those mistakes, and hopefully people can learn from that as well. And I've been told I have a unique way of thinking about things. And that's what I want to do this podcast for, is to get those opinions out there, and hopefully someone out there likes a portion of it, picks up a little piece of it, and incorporates it into their lives and makes it a little bit better. The part of this that I really dislike, and one thing that I've actually been finding myself, part of the reason I don't feel like I have as much time, is I get sucked into the social media aspect of this. And in order to do the podcast, especially in this day and age where there's just so much saturation, like I'm not doing this just for myself. It's partially for myself. I partially do this so that way I have a way to have an outlet to speak, to get these thoughts out, to get them out into some sort of medium. But at the same time, yeah, it's great to be able to see that people are listening to it, that someone's a repeat listener. I see you probably cousins in Germany, and I see there's people who listen in Chicago, people who listen in Southern California, people all across the country that tune in every week and listen to the show. And I really appreciate that. And I love to see it grow. And I'm hoping that people are getting stuff out of this. But yeah, like there's a part of me that likes to see the show grow, more people listen to it, to see that reach get out there. And with so much saturation in the market, you have to do social media. It's like this with everything. With whatever job you're in, it's almost like you have to be within social media in order to get the views, to get people to actually come in and see the content that you're creating. And I'm not a social media creator. I'm a very amateur podcaster who has social media in order to get people to come to the podcast, have them come and listen to the podcast. But as I've been doing this, I've gotten more ingrained within like TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and all of that stuff. And one of the things that I'm really coming to realize is just how fake and disingenuous and disconnected it really is from the real world. It's not the real world. It's absolutely crazy. And I think my podcast falls within the realm of self-help or parenting or exercise, like whatever. I talk about whatever the fuck I want to on here. And I fall into this this category. And when I'm on social media, I see all of these different people that are there, different creators, different people selling stuff. And it's really just, I don't know. I don't know if disheartening is the word that I'd like to use, but I really, I need to find a way to create stuff for the social media, for the podcast, to get people to come and listen. Cause I think that there are good things that I talk about that'll be helpful to people, but not get sucked into I mean, just for example, right now I'm recording this, and obviously a good microphone's good, but like the lighting, I have had to figure out the fucking lighting, and I've got this stupid ass fucking blue light behind me as well. And everything's to make it look better on the screen, to make it pop more. I don't know. I don't know what the hell you would call it, but that's not me. That's not me. I really don't give a shit what it looks like on the screen. It's more about the words that I'm speaking about, what I'm talking about, and hopefully what I talk to other people about, that I really want people to buy into, or to listen to, or to actually get. But you got to play the social media game. And one of the things that I've really been seeing, especially with like micro influencers and stuff like that, is just in the spectrum of quote unquote influencer that I'm kind of working within right now, micro influencer, or whatever. I hate, I'm just going to say, I hate even saying any of that stuff, right? Because I don't consider myself in that realm of anything, but here I am on this podcast talking to y'all right now. So I guess I fall into that, right? Is that you get people who are just, especially in the parent, I see this in parenting, and then also in exercise and health and fitness. You either get the people who are just like so down, like they've given up and are just like, fuck it, and are just so like dark and almost feels like just quit, just give up because life's too hard. And then you have the complete opposite, which are the people who are just so condescendingly positive, but like positive in a very patronizing way, where they're like, don't drink beer, don't do this. Like, if you think that it's hard to like get your exercise in and be a dad and go to work, like you're just not trying hard enough or whatever. And I'm sitting here like, nah, fuck this. Or like the people who say like, if you got fat, it's because you're the only reason that you got fat. And at the end of the day, I kind of get that, right? I understand that people have gotten away from like this responsibility, but there's almost like this push for toxic responsibility, which I hate, that when people label shit toxic because they're just trying to make excuses. But to me, I'm here saying that, yeah, you're never going to get everything done. A lot of you are going to get fat or get out of shape or not be in the shape that you want to be. You're not going to have time to keep your house pristine, to keep it clean, to keep everything organized. You're not always going to have time to not let your kids watch fucking TV. You're not always going to be grateful for your kids and your life and your family and all that stuff because you're stressed out, you're tired, your kids are fucking complaining about something. Like, that stuff's going to happen. But on the flip side, it's not okay to give up either. The two things can be true at the same time. And I'm here to tell you that life is going to be tough, and you are going to fucking hate life at times, and you're going to gain weight, and you're not going to be able to hang out with your friends and all that stuff, right? You're just not going to be able to do everything. Your expectations are going to be so high, and I'll get back to expectations in a second. But even though all of that is true, it doesn't mean that you get to give up and not try and not work harder and try to do these things. You need to try to do your best. You need to try and get in shape. You need to work towards being healthy. You need to work towards being a good parent. You need to work towards gratitude, but also have the grace and the understanding that you're never going to achieve it. You're never going to get to perfect. Perfect is an unattainable goal, but that doesn't mean you should stop trying to chase it. And that's the thing where it's a hard, nuanced position for people to understand that even though I'm never going to achieve ultimately all the goals that I have, that doesn't mean that I shouldn't have them. That doesn't mean they shouldn't exist. We should all be striving towards those goals and accept the fact that we'll never be able to get there, but that's what pushes us forward. That's what makes us better people. That's what pushes me. I mean, right now, it felt really good. Went to the gym today. Shout out me. Still not at my ideal weight. I haven't lost as much of the fat as I want to, but I had a dad who hasn't seen me in a year. He was one of the coaches from my son's baseball league. and came up. He's like, dude, you're this kid's dad, right? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, dude, you look so different. You've lost so much weight. You look really good. And I'm like, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm married. I'm married, but I appreciate it. Yeah, anyways, it just felt good. And I'm not where I want to be. I'm probably never going to look exactly the way I want to be anymore. I'm not 23, not going to be super shredded. I don't have time. I just ate one of my kids' Reese's eggs that I'm going to be stuffing into a Easter egg here pretty soon. That shit comes up, and tough shit. Life is hard. Things are hard. You're never going to be, it's not easy. Anyone who says that it's easy and just you're cruising through, it's fake. It's fake. And that's what I wanted to get back to, is just all the people that push this shit on social media. All they do is they either create these unrealistic expectations of you, and then you go out and you're like all gung ho for a little bit. You realize that it's unattainable, and you're like, fuck, they said it was easy. If I just did these X, Y, Z, I'm just going to quit. I'm just going to give up, and I'm going to go eat, a pizza with Twinkies and hot fudge sundaes on it. Or I'm just going to let my kids watch TV all day and let them take their tablet everywhere. Or I'm going to not try hard at work, and I'm not going to try to progress or get to a different level within my career, because I did what these people said. They said it was easy. And obviously if they said it was easy and I can't do it, then it must be me. I just suck. I'm not good. You create these unrealistic expectations and tell people that it's easy, and it's not. And so that was just something I wanted to kind of get off my chest, because here at Tough, Unhinged Father, whatever this is, it's all about understanding that you need to try, you need to work hard, and it's going to be hard, and you're going to fail. You're going to fall. And the biggest thing I tell my kids is, what do we do every time they fall or every time they fail? I repeat the same thing over and over, and I hope it sticks with them, is that, what do we do when we fall? What do we do when we fall? You get back up. Get back up. Every time I tell them, you get back up. That's all I care about. We're all going to fall. We're all going to fail. Life is hard. Life can be really shitty sometimes. Losing weight is hard. Being a good parent is hard. All of these things are difficult. That doesn't mean that you don't try. That doesn't mean that you don't try to be the best that you can be. And the people on Instagram or TikTok who present this as like it's just easy, they don't live your life. It's not real. It's a 10-second clip of them doing whatever to make, they spent an hour and a half to make a 10-second clip to seem like it's fucking perfect. And that's one of the things I struggle with on this podcast, is like trying to figure out ways to like make clips and do things and make things look better. And that's more for reach. But yeah, I just, I think I wanted to come on here and talk about that and express what my belief is on the fact that, yeah, fuck that. Fuck the influencer culture. Like, fuck that shit. It's dumb. And these expectations that people set, I just have noticed, like I said, since I've been more involved in social media than I've ever been before, because I'm actually trying to like create clips and like other people's shit and help other people out there who are trying to do something similar, or, or in the same line of whatever I'm creating. Yeah, it's a time suck, and it's not reality. And it creates these really crappy expectations where people feel like they should be able to do everything that everyone else is doing, without realizing that they're not, and that those people aren't either. Either those people have like a fucking team of people supporting them so they can like keep their house clean, or they can pay their bills, or take their dogs for walks, or take their kids to the park, or go exercise, or do their fucking job and make money. There's so many things that come along with being an adult, especially when you're a parent. Especially when you get older, you got more responsibility, more to do. You're trying to take care of your body. Your body is, I hate to tell you this, 30-year-olds, 30-plus-year-olds, is that once you get to 30, man, it starts going downhill. And that doesn't mean that it has to be. You don't have to get big and fat like I did. You can stay in shape, but it starts to get harder. Your body fights against you. It's not as easy to lose those pounds as it was when you were 20 years old. It's much easier when you're super busy to just be like, oh, I'm hungry. I'm going to pick one of these things up and snack, or I'm going to grab some fast food, or I'm just going to eat whatever the hell my kids are eating, or maybe not even eat a meal at all. And just like, then you get to the nighttime and it's super late and you start binge eating ice cream. Life is very difficult. Life gets busy. And especially if you're a parent, like I said, And so this is just a rant, I guess you would call it, on how I feel like, I don't know, how I feel like I just absolutely despise social media, but at the same time, I find myself picking it up and doom scrolling through and like looking through different shit. And a lot of the fitness people are the ones who have been popping up on my account now, probably because it's listening. My phone's listening to me, knows I talk about going to the gym and losing weight. And a lot of them, I mean, it's all conflicting information. Everyone tells you the different shit. They all say that everyone else is wrong. Someone's stitching some other one's fucking thing. They're all talking shit, and it's all fake. Everything's fucking fake. Social media is a big illusion, and I'm playing the game right now because, you know, I want people to come and listen to the podcast, especially other episodes where I'm not just ranting and raving about other shit. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. It's been really busy. I haven't had time to really sit down and do the podcast. That was just something that came to mind recently, and I wanted to get an episode out this week, and so I thought I'd just sit here and rant and rave about that. So hopefully I will have something else to talk about next week, something that's a little bit more productive, something that actually, I don't know, will be beneficial to parents or young adults or anyone else who's just, you know, struggling. I guess that with this one, really, it's all about just telling you if you're feeling like it's hard and you're tired of people telling you that it's easy. I'm here to tell you, you're right. It is hard. Life is hard. I'm also here to tell you tough shit. You don't get to just give up. You don't get to just quit. You have to keep on moving forward. Have grace with yourself. Be kind to yourself. But at the end of the day, don't give up. Don't give up. Know that you're never going to hit those goals. You're never going to be perfect. But that doesn't mean that it's not worthwhile to try and to strive for those things. That's what I'm really here to say. And yeah, I guess the only other thing I wanted to talk about, this is a small little tag on, I guess you would say, but it was when I was at church, the preacher brought up a message. We have Easter coming up, and obviously in the churches, they're always trying to get more people to come in, you know, start herding the flock in for the Easter celebrations or the Christmas celebrations. But I did think something was poignant, and it doesn't have to be related to religion, but it was basically the thought that you never know who needs an invitation from you. You never know who needs something, like who's at that point in their lives where like all they need is a little push in one direction, or that you can have a huge impact on someone by just doing a little thing like inviting them. They were talking about it in the context of inviting them to church. What it got me thinking about is like, you never know who is in a certain point in their life where any little thing that you can do has a huge impact on them. I was at the doctor with my son, a little 2-year-old, and we were in the elevator and someone came in and she was an elderly lady, and he looked up at her, and when we were leaving, he said, "Goodbye, have a good day," and waved to her. And she just said, "Oh, that was the sweetest thing. You made my day. That was the best thing that's happened to me today." The littlest thing. He didn't know what he was doing. And so for us, it's really easy to like stick our head in our phone, put our head down. I've got resting bitch face, and I try purposefully almost to make myself seem more intimidating than I am, because sometimes I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to be interacting with other people. I'm just in a mood where I want to be by myself. But I guess this is like a call to, you don't know if smiling, saying hi to someone, inviting someone to church, inviting someone over for a dinner or a barbecue, or telling someone that they're doing a good job, like just some random person, like, "Hey, you're doing a good job." You see a dad or a mom out in public, or they're having a hard time or whatever, just like, you know, talking to people, being a normal human being, doing something nice for other people. You never know what little thing you do can have a huge impact on someone else. And so it's just kind of living life that way, to where you give those invitations. Don't be embarrassed or afraid because you don't want to seem like you're, I don't know, pushy or being obnoxious or any of those things. Like I feel like that's what I am sometimes. I feel like I'm a big personality and I don't want to impose on other people. But at the end of the day, it's their job to tell you no, or to tell you like, no, I'm good, or to set their boundaries. And I think that the world would be a better place if we all thought that you never know what invitation or what gesture will have, what impact it'll have on someone else. So that was the only other thing that was on my mind and I wanted to chat about. And yeah, that's going to be it for today. Hope that you guys enjoyed me ranting and raving and talking about my life as a quote unquote influencer. God, fuck this. Sometimes I hate it here, but this is the life of an amateur podcaster, Dad, who likes to talk about a lot of different things and enjoys having this outlet. So that's going to do it for this week. Hope everyone had a great Easter. Have a great rest of the week, and I will see y'all next week. That's it for this week's episode. I appreciate y'all being here with me today. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasting needs met. If you feel the show deserves it, leave a 5-star review. It really helps. For more content, follow me on social media. As the show continues to evolve and grow, I have a big ask for all of my Unhinged fans. Each week, I'm going to ask you to share the episode with one person in your life that would relate to or benefit from the message. Click the share episode button and text it to them, email it to them, or send it through social media. Whatever you do, please help spread the word to others. Your support and endorsement is greatly appreciated. In the episode description, you'll find a send me a message button. Use it to suggest topics or share your thoughts on the episode. Just a heads up, I can't see who sent the message or respond in any way, shape, or form. So if you would like a response or you want to be a guest on the show, send me an email at unhinged.father@gmail.com. Thank you for your support. Have a fantastic day. And as always, be good, try hard, do your best.